When you wake up tomorrow morning, I want you to do something different, something most people will never do. I want you to take the first 3 minutes of your day and sit in complete silence. No phone, no notifications, no noise, just you, your breath, and the awareness that you have been given another day to change your entire life. Because before you can command the world, you must first command your mind. Before you can speak power into your day, you must clear the chaos that keeps you repeating the same cycles. Sit in that silence until your spirit becomes louder than your excuses. That's where transformation begins. Now I want you to speak, not casually, not softly. Speak with authority. Speak with identity. Say words that define the version of you that you have been too afraid to meet. Say, I am disciplined, I am focused, I am chosen, I am equipped, I am unstoppable. Say it like you're calling a different version of yourself into the room. Because the truth is, your life will always rise or fall to the level of words you consistently speak. Most people speak their fears, their failures, and their frustrations. But you're going to speak your future. You're going to speak the identity of the person who doesn't break, doesn't bend, and doesn't fold when life applies pressure. Then I want you to move your body, not because it's a workout, not because it's a routine, but because movement is a signal. When you move, your brain wakes up and begins to understand that you're not here to coast through another day. You're here to dominate it. Stretch, breathe deeply, do a few push-ups, walk. It doesn't matter what you choose, as long as your body feels your intention. A still body creates a slow mind, but a moving body ignites a focused one. You're telling your entire system, we are awake, we are strong, we are ready. After this, close your eyes and visualize the upgraded version of you. Not the version that's tired, not the version that's overwhelmed, the version that lives with clarity, conviction, and purpose. See yourself walking into your goals. See yourself executing without hesitation. See yourself rising above every limitation you once believed was permanent, because your mind cannot reject the image you repeatedly rehearse. If you see it clearly enough, your actions will eventually match the vision. Now look around your environment. Look at your morning. Look at your habits. Morning chaos creates a chaotic life. Morning order creates a powerful one. So eliminate the noise. Don't rush. Don't react. Don't start your day chasing problems. Start with intention. Put things in place. Clean your space. Align your emotions. Build a morning that supports your greatness instead of sabotaging it. A powerful life cannot grow out of a distracted morning. And when this routine is complete, I want you to choose one power action, not 10 things, not a long list. One action that moves your life forward. One decision that, if completed today, will make you proud tonight. Commit to it. Protect it. Execute it before anything else steals your attention. Because the people you admire in life aren't doing more than you. They're just more committed to the one thing that matters. If you do this routine, silence, words, movement, vision, order, and one power action, for just 3 days, you will shock yourself. Not because your whole life will transform in 72 hours, but because you will see how quickly your identity shifts when your mornings shift. You will feel aligned. You will feel powerful. You will feel in control. And once you taste that version of yourself, you won't go back. 3 days will show you what a focused mind feels like. 3 days will show you what a disciplined spirit feels like. 3 days will make you realize that you are never lacking potential. You are only lacking alignment. Start tomorrow. Speak the words. Do the routine. And watch how fast your life responds to a disciplined morning and a determined spirit. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are becoming one. Start your morning by doing something almost no one has the courage, discipline, or awareness to do. Sit in absolute silence. Not halfway silence where you're still thinking about bills, messages, or yesterday's problems. I mean intentional stillness. The kind where you decide, nothing enters my mind until I allow it. Because the first voice you hear in the morning sets the tone for the entire day, and most people let the world speak before they ever speak to themselves. The moment you grab your phone, you hand control of your mind to everyone else. In silence, you take that control back. When you sit in stillness, you begin to hear the things you've been too busy or too distracted to notice. Your thoughts slowing down, your breathing settling, your emotions stabilizing. This is where self-command is built. This is where you stop reacting to life and start leading it. Silence is not empty, it is full of clarity, full of truth, full of the direction your spirit has been trying to give you. But chaos is so loud that you can't hear the answers you keep praying for. In those first quiet minutes, you separate yourself from yesterday's failures, last night's stress, and the expectations of everyone around you. You step into a mental space where you are no longer rushing, no longer performing, no longer tied to 1,000 distractions. You become grounded, centered, aware. Imagine starting your day from a place where your mind isn't scattered, your emotions aren't reactive, and your thinking isn't hijacked by noise. That alone will multiply your productivity and your peace. Stillness is not weakness, it is strategy. It is you telling your mind, before the world speaks to me, I will speak to myself. Before problems show up, I will prepare my power. Before anything asks for my attention, I will gather it. And once you master the first few minutes of silence, the rest of the day bends differently. You think clearer. You move smarter. You respond with intention instead of impulse. That is why the silence matters, because it activates the strongest version of you before the world can weaken you. When you speak identity-based affirmations out loud, you're not repeating cute motivational lines. You're rewriting the blueprint of who you believe you are. Most people speak from their pain. They speak from their fears. They speak from the evidence of their past instead of the possibility of their future. But when you speak identity-based affirmations, you don't describe your life, you declare your identity. And identity is stronger than habits, stronger than emotions, and stronger than circumstances. You're not saying, I hope I become disciplined. You're saying, I am disciplined. You're not saying, I want to be focused. You're saying, I am focused. You're not waiting for proof before you speak it. You're speaking it so the proof can show up. The world responds to the words you use to describe yourself. When you speak weakness, your actions follow. When you speak strength, your actions rise. Your identity is the thermostat of your life. The words you speak set the temperature. When you speak these declarations out loud, something powerful happens. Your mind hears it. Your body aligns with it. Your spirit recognizes it. You shift from hoping to becoming. Saying it silently is good, but saying it out loud is where the transformation begins. Your voice carries authority. Your voice gives commands. Your voice interrupts the patterns that kept you small. When you speak identity, you break the cycle of doubt, fear, laziness, and insecurity. You step into the version of you that has always existed beneath the excuses. These aren't affirmations, they're instructions. Instructions to your mind, telling it who is in charge. Instructions to your emotions, telling them how to behave. Instructions to your habits, telling them what standard they must rise to. Every time you speak identity over yourself, you strengthen the character you want and weaken the character you're leaving behind. You're training your mind to stop looking for who you were and start recognizing who you are becoming. This is why speaking these words out loud is non-negotiable. Because the fastest way to shift your life is to shift your identity. And the fastest way to shift your identity is to speak the truth of who you choose to be until your life has no option but to match it. When you move your body first thing in the morning, you're sending a clear, undeniable message to your brain, I'm the one running this day. Not my feelings, not my fatigue, not my excuses. Most people wake up and let their body dictate their mindset. They roll out of bed slowly, drag their feet, check their phone, and allow lethargy to shape their entire state. But when you move with intention, even for just a few minutes, you flip that dynamic. You become the commander, not the follower. Movement is one of the fastest ways to take back authority over your mind. The moment your body engages, your brain shifts from survival mode to performance mode. Blood flows, energy rises, focus sharpens, doubt weakens. Movement creates momentum, and momentum destroys the heaviness that tries to keep you stuck. It doesn't have to be a full workout. It doesn't have to be a perfect routine. It just has to be something that tells your mind, wake up, we are active, we are strong, and we are in motion. When you move your body intentionally, you break the mental fog that most people walk around with all day. You stop the sluggish thinking before it starts. Your brain begins firing differently. Your emotions start aligning with action instead of resistance. You become mentally ready for challenges instead of intimidated by them. You're not just warming up your muscles, you're warming up your purpose. And here's what most people don't realize. Your body believes what you show it. If you move like someone who is powerful, your brain begins to believe you are powerful. If you move like someone who takes life seriously, your brain starts treating your goals seriously. When your body rises with energy, your mind follows with clarity. This is how you build morning authority. You're not waiting for motivation. You're not hoping for inspiration. You're creating it through action. Even 20 seconds of movement, stretching, breathing, push-ups, a walk, anything becomes a signal that you've taken the wheel. Movement is proof to your mind that you're awake, proof to your habits that you're disciplined, proof to your future that you're ready. You're reminding yourself every morning through action that you are in control, not your mood, not your fatigue, not your past. And that one reminder changes the way your entire day unfolds. When you visualize the next version of yourself operating at full power, you're giving your mind a blueprint it can no longer ignore. Most people imagine their future the same way they remember their past, through the lens of limitation, fear, and old patterns. But when you close your eyes and deliberately see the upgraded version of yourself, the focused you, the disciplined you, the confident you, you create a mental model your brain begins to treat as reality. Your mind does not know the difference between a vividly imagined future and an experienced one. It only knows what you repeatedly show it. This is more than daydreaming. This is mental rehearsal. Champions rehearse before they perform. Leaders visualize before they act. You're teaching your brain the moves before your body makes them. See yourself waking up with energy. See yourself walking into your responsibilities with strength and certainty. See yourself handling stress with calmness, speaking with clarity, making decisions with confidence. The more detailed the picture, the faster your identity shifts to match it. When you visualize the highest version of yourself, you begin to feel what that person feels. You begin to think how that person thinks. You begin to act how that person acts. And your actions are what change your reality. Visualization is not wishful thinking. It's identity training. You're telling your brain, this is who we are now. This is the standard. This is the level. And your mind, which always seeks alignment, starts pushing your thoughts, habits, and behaviors toward that image. Picture the version of you who doesn't procrastinate, the version who doesn't break promises to themselves, the version who shows up with strength, who handles pressure, who is consistent, disciplined, and focused. Hold that image long enough, and your subconscious begins to rewrite your internal story. You stop waking up as the old version of you because the new version has taken over your mental space. This is how you break the cycle of small thinking. This is how you escape the limits you've accepted for years. You replace the identity that kept you stuck with the identity that pulls you forward. And once you clearly see who you're becoming, you can no longer tolerate acting like anything less. Visualize the future you with so much detail, so much clarity, and so much conviction that your mind has no choice but to start building that person in real life. This is where transformation begins, not in your actions, but in the vision that commands them. Eliminating morning chaos isn't just about having a cleaner space. It's about reclaiming the power you lose when you start your day scattered, rushed, and reactive. Most people wake up and immediately step into stress. Their mind is cluttered. Their environment is disorganized, and their emotions are unprepared. They start the day behind, trying to catch up, trying to control moments they never prepared for. Chaos isn't accidental. It's a pattern. And if you don't break that pattern intentionally, it becomes the atmosphere you live in. When you eliminate morning chaos, you're doing something most people never do. You're choosing order over urgency. Instead of racing around, reacting to notifications, or stumbling into your day with no direction, you create a calm, structured, powerful beginning. Order is not about perfection, it's about alignment. When your environment is aligned, your mind becomes aligned. When your mind is aligned, your decisions become sharp. And when your decisions become sharp, your entire day becomes focused. Start by removing the noise. Don't check your phone. Don't jump into conversations. Don't let other people's agendas invade your first hour. Protect your mental space like it's sacred, because it is. Your morning is the foundation of your mind. If you pour stress into it, everything built on top of it becomes unstable. But if you pour clarity, intention, and calmness into it, your entire day strengthens. Then bring order to your environment. A messy space creates a messy mind. A rushed morning creates a rushed life. Put things in place. Prepare what you need. Clean your surroundings. When you wake up to order, you send a message to yourself. I expect excellence. I operate with purpose. I don't tolerate chaos. This isn't about cleaning. It's about conditioning your mind to think in straight lines instead of scattered circles. Now set your emotional order. Don't enter your day with yesterday's stress. Don't let last night's doubts walk into the morning with you. Align your emotions before you face the world. Breathe. Center yourself. Decide how you want to feel, how you want to show up, and what energy you're bringing into the day. That one decision alone will change how the world responds to you. And finally, choose intention. Know exactly what you're doing and why. Don't drift, don't wing it, don't let your day be random. When you replace chaos with intention, you become dangerous because a person with intention is unstoppable. They are harder to distract, harder to influence, and harder to defeat. Eliminating morning chaos isn't just a habit, it's a declaration. My life moves with purpose. My mind moves with clarity. My day moves because I command it, not because it controls me. When you start your morning with order and intention, everything that follows rises to match the standard you set. Ending your morning routine with one non-negotiable power action is how you turn your intentions into transformation. Most people ruin their day before it even starts because they overwhelm themselves with long to-do lists, scattered priorities, and unrealistic expectations. They try to do everything and end up doing nothing that truly matters. But when you choose one action, one meaningful, strategic, purpose-driven action, you bring clarity to your day and power to your identity. You give yourself a target you can't ignore and a mission you refuse to postpone. This isn't about doing the easiest thing. It's about choosing the one thing that moves your life forward the most. Maybe it's a difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe it's an hour of deep work you keep pushing back. Maybe it's a commitment to your health, your business, your purpose, or your growth. That one action should feel uncomfortable because discomfort is where your next level lives. The moment you label it as non-negotiable, you shift from hoping you'll do it to guaranteeing you'll do it. When you commit to one power action, you create daily progress instead of daily pressure. You remove the mental clutter and give your brain a single point of focus. And when you complete that action, you build confidence, discipline, and momentum. The three ingredients that separate dreamers from executors. Every time you follow through on your non-negotiable, you're proving to yourself that your word has value, your goals have weight, and your growth is no longer optional. This one action becomes your anchor, even if the rest of your day goes sideways, even if distractions show up, even if you feel tired or overwhelmed. You know one thing: you already did the task that mattered most. Your day cannot be a failure when you win the most important battle. And over time, these daily power actions stack. They multiply, they compound. They build a future that no one else will understand until they see the results. Choosing one non-negotiable action is how you take control of your life back from procrastination, fear, and inconsistency. It's the moment you declare, I don't just think like the future version of me, I act like them. This is how you build discipline. This is how you build momentum. This is how you build a life that reflects your potential instead of your excuses. The truth is, nothing about your life changes until you change the way you show up every morning. These steps aren't routines, they are declarations. When you sit in silence, you reclaim control of your mind. When you speak identity with power, you reshape the blueprint of who you are becoming. When you move your body, you prove to yourself that you are in command. When you visualize your higher self, you train your brain to rise instead of retreat. When you eliminate chaos, you create an environment worthy of clarity and success. And when you commit to one non-negotiable action, you transform your intentions into progress. Do this for 3 days, just 3, and watch what happens. You will feel a shift. You will notice your mind responding differently, your emotions aligning differently, your actions flowing differently. You'll look at yourself and realize that you weren't stuck. You were simply starting your days from a weak foundation. Now you're building from strength, from clarity, from identity, from purpose. This routine doesn't just improve your morning, it upgrades your entire life. Because when you command the first hour, you command the day. And when you command enough days, you command your future. 3 days is all it takes to shock yourself, to surprise yourself, to meet the version of you that's been waiting behind your excuses. Start tomorrow with intention. Follow through with discipline. And watch your life bend to the level of your new identity.